How does the law of attraction work? You see the palm trees in the background. I'm living on a Caribbean island since more than 3 years because of the use of the law of attraction. Whatever you want to reach in your life, whatever big goal or vision it is, this video is gonna help you to make it a reality. Let's go. Welcome to this video. My name is Roth, and all my career long I was turning my passions into my income, my business. And this channel is all about how you can turn your passion into your business and grow it online. How does the law of attraction work? In this video, no matter if you know exactly what the law of attraction is, if you have maybe tried to use it, maybe it worked a little bit, maybe it did not work, maybe it worked, maybe it did not work at all, does not matter. By the end of this video, you're gonna understand exactly how it works. Not only that, you get 2 examples out of my life where I actually use the law of attraction, and by the way, I'm using it all the time because it works, in order to reach really big goals in my life. And one of them was actually living on a Caribbean island, and I'm not born on a Caribbean island at all. I was born in the Alps, in the Austrian mountains. All right, so what is the law of attraction? Basically, it says same attracts same. In other words, same, whatever you think and see in your mind as a vision, and very important, because if you just do that, a lot of people think you have to think about it and then it's become a reality. No. You have to think it, see it, and feel as if it's already real. And step number 3, actually also act upon it. I know it sounds very simple, but basically that's how it works. And let's dig into this deeper together right now. So one important thing is not only to think and see it in your mind, but you also have to feel it, and you never stop with it until you see it in your real life. And what happens is, and you're gonna see in my 2 examples that I bring later on, how that can actually play out in life. What happens is, once you really know in detail and you see in detail how you want your life to be, and you feel like, hey, wow, it's actually reality, like you don't have any doubts, and you actually feel like, wow, this is the life I actually love. So listen closer to the words. It's not the life I love in my future, it's the life I actually really love. Wow, this is it. And you feel the excitement, and you feel also, you know, when you're there with your feelings, you feel that you are actually being attracted to that vision that you have created. So it actually creates motivation, inspiration, and it actually creates that movement, the actions that it enables you to actually take action and move closer to your vision. So now there is one thing that's very interesting, because acting upon a goal is different, because you can act all you want and you can get and reach a goal, but it might be way harder than using law of attraction, because sometimes you can't really control it, because it's controlled. However, the universe controls it, God controls it, nature controls it, however you want to see that. Things, if you use the law of attraction with that exact formula I just gave you, things start to show up in your life, like opportunities, and you can grab the opportunity, which brings you closer to your actual vision and stuff like that. And I'm gonna give you actual examples out of my life. Also important, like, never stop thinking about it, seeing it, never stop feeling it, because it has to be aligned. It has to match. Your feelings and your vision has to actually match, and also your actions, they have to match with that, because if any of these 3 is not matching, you're gonna block the energy. And the law of attraction is all about that energy, that attracting energy, and basically you're radiating what you want, and the universe helps you get it into your life. Basically, that's what it is. And if not all three are aligned, then it's not working. And you have to stay with it, stick with it, no matter how long it takes, and no matter how much you would think it's not working, but actually it is working. And you see proof by things coming in your life, things working easier, you becoming happier, etc., etc., etc. Let me dive into the two examples that I've promised. Like, one example is, which was like a very big goal for me that I wanted to reach in my life. My first part of my career was I was a software developer, and I built a software company. So, and then I had the idea, hey, that was too much computer for me, I want to change my career. I did not know how, but I decided I'm gonna change it. So I saw at an event a boogie woogie piano player, and it inspired me that much that I decided I'm becoming a boogie woogie piano player. So, and I was 23 years old, did not know how to play the piano. I told other people, hey, sorry, boat coming by, that's the reason why I usually record in the backyard. So everybody told me, hey, it's not a good idea if you want to become a concert piano player in some way. Usually people start at the age of 6 or so, and I was like 23. Anyway, I researched how would that career look like. I figured there are these big festivals, concerts all over the world, and I figured out who are the stars in this scene. So I was so inspired, and I saw myself playing on the stage with them, even on the biggest concert, biggest festival in the world, which happens in France in Larocque. And you know what? Now I'll give you the example how I actually made use of that law in order to achieve that. So I take that away. Yes, it happened from being 23 years old, not being able to play the piano, to make it actually as a boogie woogie and blues piano player, in playing at the biggest some of the biggest festivals in the world, all over Europe, in the USA, and playing at the biggest festival in the world, all with my idols on stage. So it actually happened. So how did I make use of that? Did it go, by the way, from one day to the next? No, it took a couple of years, of course, because I actually had to learn to play the piano again and stuff like this. But what did I do with my thoughts, with my feelings, and with my actions, and what happened? So this one very briefly, and the other one, how did I end up on that actual Caribbean island? So, and the second one has more of that magic stuff. Life brings stuff into your path and helps you actually creating it. All right, so one example that was a little bit into my piano career, maybe 3 years in or so, but I started exactly like this from day one, to train myself to use the law of attraction. So I was, imagine I'm in my room, not like my practice room. So I had a grand piano there already. Like at that time I owned 4 pianos, 2 electric, one of them was a stage piano, 1 upright piano, and one grand piano. So I was practicing on my grand piano. I was actually sitting there, I was alone, was by myself in that room. But I saw, in my mind, I saw a huge audience of like more than 1,000 people, like as if it was the biggest festival in that niche in the world, you know? So I practiced on my piano, but in my mind I saw this audience and I was playing for them, and I was interacting with them, like actually interacting with them, like I was talking to them. I was making all kind of moves, entertainment stuff, whatever you do on stage as an artist, right? As if I was actually on that stage with them right now. So if you would have just opened the door and had a look in there, saw me practicing and closed the door, you would have thought like, this guy is completely nuts. There's no, who is he talking to? There's nobody there. But that's what I actually did. And that is one example that I want to give you how I made actual use of that. So I saw myself and I felt myself as if I was in that moment playing for that audience on the biggest festival in the world. And did I do this only one time? No, I did this pretty much every single day, and I'm not joking about this. And in the end, you can even Google it. You can type in my name, Larocque Boogie Woogie Festival, and you're gonna find some YouTube videos and stuff like this, and you're gonna find other festival videos where I played, etc., etc. So you're gonna know there's actual proof of this. It happened. And a second example, and now let me give you a few short stories out of that, because like this was really magical. Things happened, like a lot of things happened that I did not plan, and I could not have planned like that. So that's what I mean when I say like, okay, you can make a goal and act a lot until you're there. Yes, it works, but the law of attraction, if you use this, it drops help into your life. And let me show how it happened for me when it comes to this island here. So that's maybe 7 years ago or so, I had this idea, maybe it would be cool to live on a Caribbean island. So I researched and I saw all these islands, lots of palm trees, beaches, the sea, jungle, and I figured out, wow, it's really warm every year, because I did not like the winter much, right? So I imagined how would it be really to live in a tropical place like this. And so the more and more I researched, the more I started to like the idea, and I actually created that vision of me living on an actual Caribbean island. And in the back you can see how I actually saw that. So I created not only that one image, like it was more like a video in my mind, like, hey, how am I living there? Like where do I live? How do I live there? With who do I live there? Etc., etc., etc. And I walked through my life on the Caribbean island, like every single day, and I felt how does that feel. And that feeling, these emotions, they also became very, very strong, very powerful. And they actually started drawing me there, and I felt like, wow, this is really cool. It inspired me, and it started making more and more actions towards it. And in the beginning, as I said, was just research, but then things happened. And first thing that was really magical that happened was the following. That was like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago or so, six years ago maybe. I was doing a speech, so back then I was already very much into, oh, that's the paper, one sec. Yep. Flying away. It's a bit windy. All right, so I was actually doing a speech at an event, like, and it was also about how to reach goals in your life, how to achieve things, right? And there were like 100 people, so it was a small audience, but it was a fun audience at the same time. And then a couple days later, somebody contacted me on WhatsApp, and I did not give out my phone number to anybody there. So this person said like, hey, I saw you at this speaking at this event and blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, hey, who are you, like in my mind? And turned out it was an African girl, like really beautiful, good looking African girl. And turned out she wanted to date me basically. And I'm like, all right, cool, so let's date. And then we met in Munich. And actually, so after a while it happened that we even got together as a couple. And then it happened that she had the idea, hey, why not go on a holiday? Like she lived in Germany since a couple of years, 5 years or so already. But why not go on a holiday to Kenya, to Africa? And I've never been to Africa at all. And I said like, yeah, but why not? Let's do that. So we spent 2 weeks there. That was during winter time, December, January, I don't remember exactly. But it was really cold in Austria, and I didn't like it, so it was perfect. I thought like, hey, let's have a try how that would feel to be in summer while it's actually winter where you live, you know? So went there, and then I saw for the first time a beach that was so different from the beaches that I knew from Europe. Because if you go to a beach in Italy, you see one sunbed next to the other and one umbrella next to the other, and it's all full of people, and it's like sardines on that beach. Still cool, still nice beach experience and whatnot, but this was so different because I saw a white long beach, all these palm trees hanging in there, and the sea there, and it was just like I imagined it. There were no sunbeds at all, like a few people walking there, and it was just amazing. And it kind of confirmed that what I saw in my mind is like something I really, really enjoy. So I made the decision during this 2 weeks holiday, I'm gonna move to Africa, to this exact area where I like these beaches so much, because it felt like a Caribbean island to me. So I had businesses going on in Austria at that time, so I had to talk to my business partner, hey, can we change, or we have to change things somehow so I can work remotely, because I'm actually gonna move to Africa. And he's like, I think he thought I'm completely nuts. Anyway, we made these changes happen, and like half a year later, I was walking into the airplane, one-way ticket, flying to Africa, flying to Kenya. Did not know anybody there, like I was not together with the girl anymore, nothing, so I just went there and I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure out how this works now. And it was amazing. I loved that time there, you know. I spent a year there and then traveled other places in Africa, you know, and then traveled a lot more places in Asia and whatnot. Like I started traveling the world, traveled like 70 countries. And you know what? I have never seen a winter again, like since more than 5 years now, because of how that all started. But now there were more interesting things that happened. I was still, while I was traveling and figuring all kind of different places with palm trees and beach and sea, and it was warm and jungle around, I felt like, yeah, it's really, 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 really cool. I really actually love it. I was basically living that lifestyle already. And then I was researching about the Caribbean. I've never been to the Caribbean, never been to Central America, South America, never in that area, just traveled all kind of other places in the world. And because I was still researching, I had one thing that was disturbing me about the Caribbean: hurricanes. So if you don't need to have them, why have them? So I almost moved to Belize at one point, to an island, but it was disturbing me. So now the second incident happened that you could not plan like this. I just was talking to a friend about that idea. Hey, I'm gonna move to a Caribbean island and I'm researching about all of it. And the hurricanes, I'm not so sure about that. So, and then he said like, yeah, maybe there are some Caribbean islands without hurricanes, like look at Panama. And I said like, yeah, Panama, that's not really in the Caribbean, there are no Caribbean islands. He said like, yeah, there are. And then I researched and I figured there are Caribbean islands, and actually I'm standing on one right now, and there are no hurricanes. And that was it for me. I started to understand, wow, this is where I'm gonna move. So I pointed my finger on the map and said like, these are the Caribbean islands I'm gonna live. From then it was super clear, and there was nothing that could hold me back. So I decided that, and I remember I was in Thailand at that time, and I was figuring out everything, like a lawyer that could help me with immigration and all of that. I collected all the paperwork I needed. I had to fly back even to Austria to collect some more paperwork, like some originals, and flew back to Asia one more time, visit a few people and such, and then booked a one-way ticket to Panama. And the first day I arrived there, went to the office, to the lawyer, did the signatures, started the immigration process, went to all of the offices, the immigration offices in Panama City and stuff, did all of that process. And then once that was done, immediately went to Bocas del Toro, Panama, to these Caribbean islands where I am right now. And then there's another part, like a third crazy incident that actually made it happen to live in that exact place, in that there's actually a really, really big house hidden by the palm trees. And when I live in there, like I'm looking down through the palm trees right into the sea, and there's another big balcony on the back, and I look directly in the jungle, and it's just amazing. It's exactly how I was imagining it, you know. So how did I end up right here in this spot? It's a crazy incident again that life put into my life for me to help me, guide me the right path. So I came here, so I just took a bus from Panama City. It was an overnight bus. It was really freezing cold there, completely. I don't know why they do that, but I'm here to have it warm, right? And it is actually warm, day and night here. It's summer, short sleeves all day, all night, but not in the buses. And I did not know that. I was freezing like crazy. Anyway, took the bus, took the boat, took another, and stayed at one island. I was checking out 3 different islands, just stayed there for a couple days or a week or so, and exploring the island to get a feel about it, how the people, how does it look like, because I thought it's going to be all different on these islands. And then the third island was actually this one. So I was walking through a village down there, and the village is a bit different. It's very simple houses, and the locals live there, and so on. And then I walked through the village, and then after that I walked through a resort, and it looked so different suddenly. Like, whoa, okay, that resort looked like really cool, very Caribbean, and like, you know, it was all maintained and stuff. And then like, whoa, I felt like nice. And I walked out of that resort, and then it opened up like a huge tropical garden. It was all green. The sea on one side, the palm trees hanging in there, the ones that you actually see in the background. And I felt like, wow, this is it. It matched with that exact vision I had, and also with the feelings that I had. It just matched, and I knew this is it. And now listen what happened, and it's no joke. It happened exactly that way, and you cannot plan it. So I walked 2-3 minutes further, and then actually I was walking by now it's my neighbor's house. So walking past his house, and 3 dogs were storming at me. And like I thought like I'm gonna die now. There was no fence, nothing. I was like, and then in the last second, they were called back by somebody, and then there was that guy standing, had a big, a nice hat, a Panama hat or something, a big cigar in his mouth, standing at his garden gate. And then we started talking. So his dog's next to him, and then we talked in English. Then we figured out, hey, he's from Switzerland, I'm from Austria. Switched to German language, and then like he said something like, hey, he has 2 apartments there, and one of them might be empty like very soon. If I'm searching for something, I'm like, hey, if that apartment is going to be empty, let me have a look at it. But like that sounds like that's it, right? Next day he showed me the apartment, and then I said we made the deal already. The only thing was like waiting for the decision of the person that was still in there. Okay, 3-4 days later he wrote me on WhatsApp, oh, all right, you can move in on this date. Like a couple days later, I was moving in. It happened exactly that way. You cannot plan it. And you know, I was already living in a super nice apartment, right at the sea. You know, looking through the palm trees, just a little bit of tropical garden, and then you're right at the sea. It's amazing. And then some other things happened, but to make it short, now I live in a really big house. Now I'm his neighbor, and it's just really amazing. There's nothing else I can say about it. Happened exactly the way that I was imagining it, and law of attraction brought it into my life. So the takeaway would be, use the law of attraction. Even if it did not work for you at all, even if you don't believe in it, just do exactly what I said. Like step number 1, think exactly what it is you want to see in your life, and see it, and stop thinking anything else that is something different. Feel that what you see in your imagination is actually reality right now, and feel that excitement and like bathe in it. And step number 3, then also take action towards it. And if life drops help into your life, then take action about that, because that's the shortest path that you could take towards there. And never deviate from it. Just always keep that vision, the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions toward it until it's actually 100% in your life, the exact way you were seeing it. I encourage you doing it. And in case you can't make it work completely, hey, Robert-Roth.com. You'll find the link below. Just click there, write me a message, and I'm helping you to make it work. Because if you and me work together, whatever it is you want to achieve in your life, we're gonna make it happen. Hope this video was inspiring to you, and I hope you finally understand exactly how that works. Make use of it. See you in the next video. Yours, Robert.